Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Friday. A bit unorganised. Let's get everything ready so that you can see and hear me, hopefully. As always, if you are watching, do say hello in the comments so I can be polite and mind my manners and say hello. Or I'll just keep waffling inanely to myself, which I do anyway. But, Good morning. Welcome, everyone, to a nice, bright, sunny day. Bit chilly down here in the south, but nice and bright and sunny. Good morning, Jay from sunny Cornwall. Be there in a week.
Yeah.
Just over a week, yeah. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Kerry. All the hellos have all come in all at once. Let's just move my thing out of the way. Good morning, Maharet. Yeah, Pete is opposite me working, and Eric was sitting in the sunshine. He's now under a pile of blankets. He obviously decided the sun wasn't good enough. Good morning, Trudy. Yes, definitely a lovely sunny day here today. Very spring-like. Sarah, good morning. The lusty month of May. Can't remember the song that well, though.
Probably just as well.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Janet from Ohio, although I'm guessing it's not morning where you are. Time zones throw my head completely. Very bizarre that we're all on different time zones across the globe. Strange. Yes, we are. Wow, we're at the end of April now. Yes, so nearly May. Very interesting time of the year from an energy point of view, which is why I thought I would talk about the month of May today, because it's quite a doozy. That energy. That's my word for today, I think. Doozy.
Floozy.
No, not floozy. Good morning from sunny Switzerland, Eva. Garden is bursting with flowers and getting the Beltane feel. Yes, the garden in the last few weeks has really come to life. It is, yeah, everything is growing. Everything is starting to flower or has got green shoots on. Yeah, it's looking really good out there. Janet, 4 a.m. Oh, 4 a.m., Janet. What are you doing up at 4 a.m.? You're mad. That's a time when you should be sleeping. But thank you for joining me. So my phone keeps buzzing and I have turned it off. I did turn it off so that it doesn't play soft cell while I'm talking. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Nikki. Morning, especially to Janet Keen-Bean. Good morning, Janet Keen-Bean. I'm guessing that's not your real name. It's a cool name, though. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Good morning, Vanessa. Christine is dreading today as I'm off to the surgery soon to see the vampire. Would it be better if it was actually, tall, good-looking, sparkly vampire? Not the vampires are really sparkly. Who knows? I can't imagine they're really sparkly, but there you go. Fingers crossed for you, Christine. It'll all be good. It'll all be good. Good morning, Zenia. Trudy, partial eclipse, new moon, Beltane, wowzer energy. Yeah, it's got that feeling, hasn't it, that it really is going to be a humdinger. You can feel it in the air. Good morning, Jane. Good day from Western Australia, Jill. Good day back at you. Good morning, Tony. Yes, bright and sunny day today. Nikki. Yep, but a vampire could glamour you. So you didn't remember anything. That's very true. Useful in some cases, not so useful in others. Jane, some vampires have a sort of red glisten around the fang area. I will trust you on that one, Jane. Christine, definitely would be better if it was a Daniel Craig lookalike wearing his swimming trunks. Are you all unnecessary? Alas, it is a lovely little nurse. She'll look after you, I'm sure, Christine. Good morning, Nita. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Jenny. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, we have to be thankful for our NHS, though, Christine, don't we? I had my routine breast screening this week. Lovely, lovely ladies who make you feel very comfortable when you're standing there half naked in the middle of a porta cabin, basically, being manhandled. But it's all good. It's all good. So, yes, I thought, as we have Beltane this weekend and the beginning of May, that I would talk a little bit about the energy of May. Now, I don't necessarily follow the wheel of the year exactly. If you've heard me talk about falling off the wheel before, you will know what I'm talking about, but I'll do a little recap. Good morning, Charlie. I think the wheel of the year is a fantastic structure for working to, particularly if you're in a coven or a group. It gives you a nice structure to go by. But I think the seasons and Mother Nature don't follow those dates on the calendar. So I prefer to use it as a kind of rough guideline, but work with the energy that's around me. So I work with the seasons. I work with the energy of the month, the energy of the week, the energy of the day sometimes, rather than dates on a calendar. But it definitely does. This weekend does feel very Beltane-y. It has got that kind of fire energy to it, which Beltane is. It's a fire festival. And it has got that supercharged energy. You can feel it. For me, I work with the Sabbats, the festivals, not on just one date. So Beltane for me started a couple of weeks ago. You can kind of feel the energy building up. This is the energy building up. So that started a couple of weeks ago, and you're impressed with my Beltane energy building up. Yeah.
Nuclear holocaust of some kind.
Yeah. So for me, it is all of the festivals. Actually, they'll start a couple of weeks before the date on the calendar, and then they'll continue for a couple of weeks afterwards as well. So for me, each Sabbath is a period of time, rather than just that one date, because it will depend on what's happening in spring. May is really key, is the hawthorn blossom. And if the hawthorn hasn't blossomed in your area yet, it doesn't kind of feel in sync. It's all to do with the calendars changing way back when. They're out by a couple of weeks. And, you know, global warming, the ecosystem, and pretty much what Mother Nature feels like doing, really. So I work with, Beltane for me is a few weeks before, a few weeks after, and that's for every single festival. Nikkis upside down, Samhain there, but still love May. Yeah, and for me the same. Samhain is the same. The build up a few weeks before, and then a few weeks afterwards as well. So it's flexible, versatile. Christine, is that why Pete's all... He's always got a big smile, Christine. It's because his head lives in a carry-on film most of the time.
You make it sound like it's a bad thing.
Their whole life's like living in a carry-on film.
That's a good thing.
Let's get some of these up. Moving swiftly onwards. Might stretch Beltane to the next full moon. Feels right. Yeah, and I think that's really important. You have to connect with the energy of the season. And if it feels right for you to stretch it out 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever you want to do, roll with it. It's energy. It's fluid. It moves. Roll with the energy. Absolutely. Eva, I only managed to clean my altar and set it up for Beltane this morning. I usually get the urge a couple of weeks in advance of the official Sabbath, but things have been too crazy lately. That's the other thing. We've all got busy lives, and I found, the Wheel of the Year was one of the first things that I was taught a gazillion years ago when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Oh, that's my dinosaur roaming the earth. We got lots of hand signals this morning.
Oh, good God.
It's my dinosaur. It's my T-Rex. I haven't had any coffee yet, I promise.
Shall I make one?
Oh, that's nice. Thank you for the offer. I think that's the other thing. We've all got busy lives, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. I say that was one of the first things that I learned. Stop talking to the dog and go make the coffee.
Yes, master.
I forgot sometimes, and I used to beat myself up about it. I was so busy, I didn't get my altar set up for Beltane or Star or whenever it was. And I used to beat myself up about it because I'd missed a Sabbath. You know, oh, I'm going to get struck down by the gods. You won't. Touch wood. You won't. It's got to work for you. It has absolutely got to work with you. Trudy, Imbolc and Beltane just flow into each other as all. And I think that's the nice thing. All of them do. As the Sabbats are all really a few weeks apart from each other, they do roll from one to another. So you do get a nice fluid movement of them all. Good morning, Martina. Make it work for you. You have to tap into the energy, and the energy is going to be different for you wherever you live. It's going to be different in your household, in your garden, on the land that you live on, in the area that you live on. Even in our little tiny England, the weather's going to be different in the south of England to the north of England. So plants are going to be flowering at different times. So you've got to roll with it in your area. And for me, that is really, really important. It's about a connection to Mother Earth and a connection to the seasons and the weather. So the Sabbats for me have to be in sync with the weather and the seasons. So it doesn't always fall on that exact date on the calendar. So I roll with it. I find I get so distracted by nature that it's a go with the flow situation. That's absolutely what it should be. Absolutely. Good morning, Mr. Spriggan Mist. Good morning. Loving the new CD, by the way. Do hop on over to the Spriggan Mist website. They have a brand new CD out, and as always, it is fantastic. Beltane is a bit special, isn't it? There is something special about that energy. I do like it. Jane, I'm not stressing to do an altar indoors this Beltane, just trying to make the garden a bit more Beltane friendly because it feels like it's meant to be out of doors. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It is.
I walked in when you said that.
Pete walked through the door just as I was saying absolutely perfect. He's going to be like that all day today. I think it is definitely an outside energy one, isn't it? Because it's all about union with the land, and that's really important. Nita, totally agree with the flow. Just as the seasons flow and are different each year. They are, aren't they? Each year the season's different. You might have a freezing cold winter one year and a warm winter the next year. It does. It's all interchangeable, really. Christine. My goddess figure I use is Persephone, and I have a figure of Merlin holding King Arthur. Really need to get new figures as they really don't go together well. I think they're fine as long as they don't argue with each other. I mix and match deities on my altars. I had the Kalak and Ganesha on the same altar for a long time. She was tolerant of him, I think is probably the best way to put it. So unless there's actual fireworks, I think you're all good. Jenny, struggled to find my Beltane vibe as we've recently lost a circle friend. So I found your talk last week about blossom really helpful. It inspired me to dive deeper into symbolism of cherry blossom, renewal, but also transience. Yeah, nature can help. It really can. If you are tapped into it, connected into it, it can really help with things. And big hugs to you, my lovely, on the loss of a friend. That is really tough to deal with. But let nature help you. Definitely let nature help you. Yeah, there's a story here. I pre-ordered the Spriggan Mist new CD because they're a fabulous band, one of the most hardworking bands that I know. Fantastic music. So I pre-ordered the CD, and when it arrived, I realized we didn't have a CD player. We have a record deck. We have a whole Sonos speaker system connected to the record deck. We don't have a CD player. We all work on PCs that don't have a CD slots. We had to dig out an old laptop to put the CD in. It's sad, I know. Oh, it's sad, I know. Christine, I love Mertha, Merlin and Arthur. Sorry to go off piste. That's what Air Talks are all about. We've never stuck to a script yet. Triple goddess plaque behind you reminds me of Troika pottery. I feel very drawn to it. This one, let's get my hand right. That one. That one, it's not necessarily the triple goddess. It's the three mothers. It's the matras. They were found, or evidence of them has been found all across England, Britain, Europe. Not necessarily triple goddesses, probably not triple goddesses really, but three mothers generally seems to be the feeling. Some of them seem to think they guard your house, or they're all about house and home. Others, depictions of them can be seen with, thank you, baskets of bread and fruit and things. So they're all about abundance. Look up the three mothers of Cirencester and you'll find some more information about them. Fascinating subject. Nikki, are the planets and moon lining up in your hemisphere? It seems rather special if it's happening. Yes, it is a biggie. It is a real biggie, this weekend, from all aspects. Good morning, Kay. Zenia, not really into the Beltane flow at the moment because I'm so busy with life, getting the everyday hassle. Yeah, it happens. It happens to us all. It really does, Zenia. Don't beat yourself up about it. Do what you got to do. Good morning, Tony. We'll just get rid of the troll. Done. Right. Don't often get trolls. That's exciting. Must be the Beltane energy. Yes. In Germany, we also have lots of ancient three mothers figures from the Romans. The matronae, that's it. That's who they are. That's the matronae. The three mothers, the matronae, the matras, various names, same things. Always seem to be three mother figures. It's fascinating. I have been doing a little bit of research on it. Okay, I don't have any purpose for altars, but I do love to connect with nature in its various seasons. Do have two earth goddess statues which seem to work 365 days. I have different symbols dotted all around the house and garden, but that's all I've had. That sounds like all you need, Kay. That sounds like loads. Brilliant. It has to work for you, and it has to be personal to you. And I think altars are specifically really personal, and they have to work. They have to work. No, Tony, it wasn't you. Don't worry, my lovely. Good morning, Leslie. I'm jumping about today. Maria, struggling to find any vibes, but it's not as bad as last month. Well, I've spoken about it before. I have been really disconnected since the house renovation. I am finding my way back, slowly but surely, finding my way back. And I think this Beltane energy is really helping. Pete's singing, in case you wondered. Who were you singing?
Working my way back to you, babe.
Yeah, I know it was Working My Way Back to You, Babe. Who did it? That's one of the 70s spandex bands, wasn't it? So you get singing as well on. We provide everything for you. I think the Beltane energy is bringing a real kick up the butt, basically, to get us all back into action. Matronae sound interesting. Get the feeling they support each other. They are fascinating, and they have. I just handed in the manuscript for Gods and Goddesses of England book, and it was fascinating research, discovering all of the English gods and goddesses that were around before the Romans came. But the matras, the matronae, the Romans seem to have brought some of them in, but the three mothers of Cirencester were pre-Roman, so we had them before as well, and you do seem to find them right across Europe. Always the three mothers, always the same sort of images. Yeah, interesting. I think they're kind of house protection, household ones. Romans had a thing called the genius loci, which was spirit of place, and I think that all ties in as well. You'll find images of the spirit of place as well, quite often in threes. It's fascinating. It's another whole subject. There's a troll in the dungeon. Yeah. Oh, we like a good Harry Potter reference. Good morning, Pixie. Troll's in the wrong place. Yeah, the wrong place for a troll, isn't it? 4 Seasons. Yeah. 4 Seasons?
No, Detroit Spinners.
Oh, Detroit.
I think they might have
4
done
Seasons
version.
probably did it as well. In the
Yeah.
70s, they all did everything, didn't they? Yeah, 4 Tops, 4 Seasons. Detroit Spinners, apparently, but they all did it, didn't they? They all seemed to cover.
4 Seasons did it as well, yeah.
4 Seasons did it as well, yeah. They all seemed to do the same songs, didn't they? Anyway, I don't remember. I'm not that old. Xenia, as for altars, I have set up mine for love energy with my dried roses, rose quartzes, red heart candle, and love jar. That sounds absolutely perfect. Maria, there's a few things I want to set on fire, but the Wicker Man isn't one of them. He doesn't mind. You know, he's built every year for it, and he takes the wishes with him, so he doesn't mind. Sorry, this old crone loves Beltane. You don't need to apologise. I love it. Just want to go run around the woods and look for the stag lord. Give us a call when you're back. Definitely my favourite time of the year. I was going to add that I would be naked, but decided not to plant that image for you. Christine, you are beautiful. Don't have a problem at all with that. You go for it, girl. Zenia, even though I feel a bit stressed, at least the altar's done. I think the altar is kind of one of those focal first things, isn't it? When I do fall off the spiritual wagon and I need that reconnection, the altar is quite often the first thing that I do. Clear off the old altar, clean it all, and start afresh. And I think that's a really good focal point to get started back. Tony, I saw, yes, the ancient goddesses of Britain, the British goddesses of ancient Britain. Let's have some coffee. Yes, it is in that course, Tony. It is one that we will be doing in January. We have been working with ancient goddesses of Great Britain, one goddess each month. We will get to the 3 mothers in January, indeed. Good morning, Hannah. Okay, spring cleaning, albeit a little bit late. It's not actually. I'll come to that in a minute. But I feel I'm cleaning out a lot of old stuff. The old notebooks and diaries, getting rid of tins and other storage items that feel like clutter. Is this the Beltane vibe too? Yes, absolutely. It was more traditional to do spring cleaning in April and May, apparently, according to the research that I did for another book. A Witch for Every Season, which comes out with Llewellyn in November. Yeah, all the old folk traditions. Spring cleaning was actually done in April and May. So you're bang on. Bang on. Tony mentioned a band. It's Spriggan, Spriggan. They are one of the fairy folk. Spriggan Mist. It's pagan rock, basically, Tony, and they're absolutely fabulous. Do a search on Google for Spriggan Mist and you will find them, unless Pete will very kindly pop up a link in a second. Hannah is watching on the way to the allotment. Nice. Oh, a lot of hard work, allotment. Xenia is, yeah, wanting to burn things. I always like to burn things, though. Burning things is good. Let's rephrase that. Burning spells is good, not burning other things. Dealing with noisy neighbour who've been exaggerating since the beginning of the year, and I'm totally exhausted. That is horrible to deal with. My heart goes out to you, my lovely. Charlie, which is the best one of your books to learn about ancient goddesses, specifically of Britain? So we have been running an online course, Ancient Goddesses of Britain, over on the Kitchen Witch website. It's 12 months of dealing with 12 goddesses. But I have just finished writing the manuscript for Gods and Goddesses of England, which is being edited at the moment. So that probably won't be out till next year. So it's coming. There's a link to the book. Thank you very much. There we go. There's the Spriggan Mist website. Spriggan Mist. Do have a look. They are fantastic. Janet, my place is tiny. How can I make a small Beltane altar? Use whatever space you have. An altar doesn't need to be an enormous grand thing dripping in gold and candles, and it doesn't need to be. It can be as simple as a candle in a candlestick on a windowsill. It can be a vase of flowers on a sideboard. It doesn't need to be anything enormous. You could just place a crystal on your desk. An altar can be tiny. You can do altars in little matchboxes. Make it work for you, and it doesn't have to look specifically like an altar. It can literally be. In my old kitchen, I had a little shelf, and I had a tiny little candlestick with one single flower in it, and that was my kitchen altar. So make it work for you, but it can be as small or as big as you want it to be.
Nice coffee.
That's very nice coffee, thank you. So frustrated not being able to visit our local lake. It's all cut off by hoardings because the council are building a housing estate around it, re-landscaping lake. Boo. Very worrying, as it was full of wildlife and lovely wild herbs on the banks before. Hope it's done sympathetically. Fingers crossed, Jane. Fingers crossed. That is a nice idea too, Christine. I've seen that done. Altars on the wall. So either hang a picture on the wall, a nature picture, a landscape picture, even a deity picture, or a little shelf. Pop up a little shelf, and you can put all your bits and bobs on. It was really interesting writing the book, I must admit. I'd got to the point where my pathway has narrowed down to the land that I live on, basically, to England. But I struggled to find deities that most of the deities for Britain seem to be under the Celtic umbrella, which is a huge umbrella that's a kind of catch-all for all sorts of things. But when you narrow it down, most of the deities that we're used to working with are from Wales or Ireland, a few from Scotland, which is absolutely fine. I walked with the Cailleach for many years. And I've worked with a few odd ones. Not odd deities, a few odd deities. But I wanted English ones, and it was Sulis that caught my attention a few years back now from Bath. So it was fascinating researching the book to find those ancient English deities, and there's quite a big list. Probably a lot of them that you may never have heard of, but there are quite a few of them. Balanos, he's there. Yeah, it was fascinating. You could, Maria, that would work. A tea plate. I've seen, I think it was Jenny and Tony, I think you guys have done them. A bowl, literally just a dish, and you put all of your altar bits in there, which is a brilliant idea. Hannah, I'm trying to work a wheel for the Welsh goddesses. Is everyone's Hawthorne in bloom? This is the thing. This is my point. Hawthorne is very symbolic of the month of May, May Day, Beltane. Originally, before the calendar changed, going back, pre-old Julius Caesar, the hawthorn probably would have been in flower. And then they changed the calendar, and it's actually out by about 2 weeks from the original one. So that's going to have an effect on it. But also, eco problems, global warming problems, where you are in the country will all make a difference as to when things start to blossom. I haven't actually seen any hawthorn around here. Most of our dog walks recently have been along the coast, along the seafront, and there isn't any hawthorn there. So I don't know. Anybody got hawthorn blooming? Let Hannah know where you are and whether you've seen it blooming. We'll do a roundup of hawthorn blossom. Okay, when I buy crystals, they often have eco-friendly packing, and this works brilliantly for tinder for fire pit. You're brilliant, yeah, which is where I burned my old notebooks and diaries in a zen vibey way. Seems bang on with Beltane. Yeah, definitely. You're very welcome, Janet. That's a good idea. An altar screensaver. Very good idea. Yes, well, you could use Pinterest as well. I use that as a vision board quite often. But yeah, using your desktop screensaver would be brilliant. You could have all kinds of things on there that you couldn't necessarily fit or afford. Good morning, Chico. Very, very nice to see you here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I like that idea, Jenny. An altar in a jam jar. Brilliant idea. Yeah, it's funny the things that we get excited about, isn't it? I like that. It's a brilliant idea. Here we go. Sue, Hawthorne is in flower in Sussex. There we go. I thought it was you guys, Tony, an altar bowl. That's a brilliant idea. Karen, Hawthorne is in flower now. It's been in flower for a couple of weeks. Nice. Jenny's got Hawthorne in Folkestone. Hawthorne in South Wales. It's all coming in. Look, Denise, Hawthorne blooming in Middlesbrough. So, yeah. Northwest Manchester, Hawthorne's blue and has been for 2 weeks. There you go. Tony you've got baby hawthorn plants, haven't you? So it will take them a while to find their feet. Leslie, Renfrew, just outside Glasgow. Hawthorne is blooming lovely. It's all going. It's all going. Love your mug. Oh, yeah, we've got new mugs from good old Amazon, actually. But they are very nice. They are very nice indeed. He's passing me a message. Thank you. That was very subtle. No one knew.
No.
Christine, lots of buds on my hawthorn, but it normally doesn't flower till mid-May. It will depend. Christine is Dorset, so it will depend on where you are. Absolutely. Okay, hawthorn blossomed and already dropped in Northamptonshire. Oh, I like that idea, Jane. How about an altar you can wear all around my hat? Now I'm singing. That's going to be my earworm for the rest of the day. I do like that song. I love the idea of an altar on a hat, though. That's a brilliant idea. I do like hats. Top hat, obviously. Obviously. I haven't really spoken about May at all yet, have I? So let's look at some of the energy of May. Magic of May, magic of Beltane. This is kind of the beginning of the active year. The earth is sending forth new life. The sap's rising. The birds are singing. I know when I get up early in the morning to go to the bathroom, I can hear them at 4 o'clock. Growth is all around us. It really is about passion and power. It's a real raw energy. It's the fertility of new life, growth. But more importantly, or most importantly, I think for me, it's about union. It's the union of male and female energy in whatever form. Nudie prod game's optional. I thought you'd look up to that one. But this is that time of the year. The animals are doing it. The birds are doing it. Everything's doing it. It is that time of the year when it's that real union between Mother Earth, between animals, between humans, between the land. There is a real union going on. Male and female energy is a traditional reflection of the god and goddess, but in today's enlightened society, let's go with union of all kinds. No matter what flavor you are, it's a union of all sorts. It is about everyone, everything coming together in union, letting aside everything else, just coming together as one big community with the land. Everything you do this month will bring you closer to your goals. So it's a really important month to get things going. Use the energy around you to focus that intent. May's energy is powerful. It is bawdy. It's raucous. It is hurrah kind of energy. It's not just about the animal instincts. This month brings the magical properties of abundance and growth. It is a time to work some magic for your bank balance, to increase it, to improve your health, to get new ventures off the ground. This is about really focusing some energy and getting things moving. Jump on the May energy bandwagon, basically. 1st of May in particular, Beltane, May Day, all about that passion. It's all about that ooh la la, va va voom stuff. Of all kinds. I mean, don't just think about it in the one idea. It is about passion and energy and creativity of all kinds. It's a fire energy. Jump on board with it, focus it, make that energy work for you. And I think it's also important to show a bit of love for Mother Earth as well, because she's working really hard at the moment. So show her a little bit of energy as well. Sorry, lots of comments have come in now. Tony has an amazing hat. She's embellished with felt. Okay, we need photos of that now, Tony. Tony, you're one of the most amazing crafting people I have ever seen. Your altars are always amazing. So we need to see the hat. Denise, first day of retirement. Yay, spending the day sewing. Oh, congratulations. Enjoy it. Jane, Hawthorne's not ready in Chadwell Heath yet. I'll know when it is because I won't be able to breathe. Yeah. Charlie, you can look online at mini altar kits. Some are so small, but they still look full, abundant, perfect. I have had one in a little matchbox. The whole thing fitted in a matchbox. Hawthorne. Hi, Jackie. Hawthorne in Berkshire. Cool. Nikki, be gorgeous to add LED twinkly lights for candles around the brim. I'm loving this hat. I think we need to have a hat competition. We need to have an altar hat competition, definitely. Okay, I have a wonderful rowan tree by my pond, but my fascia was too big now, so that got trimmed dramatically. We've got a small rowan tree in our garden. It has buds of leaves on, but that's it so far. It hasn't got any further than that. When does the green man come into? Oh, he's here. He is absolutely here. I think the green man's in force all year, really. He changes with the seasons for me, but absolutely now is his time. Growth, abundance, all of the plant life, absolutely. Okay, it's my wedding anniversary on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Good morning, Heather. Thank you, Tony. We need a picture of the hat. I think we do. We're going to have a hat competition. I'm going to sort that out. If any Kitchen Witch posse are listening, write it down. So it is a big old punch of energy. Work with it. It's all about creating. So it's a full creating energy. It's propagation. It is working with your intuition, and you can increase that as well at the moment. It is a traditional time for connecting with the fairies, with the fairy world. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Unless you are committed to working with the fairy world full on, let them be. I think fairy witchcraft is a vocation. I think it has to be taken seriously. And I think you absolutely need to do your research first. I highly, highly recommend reading Morgan Daimler's blog and her books before you leap into fairy work. But it is that time of the year. You can also strengthen your connection with the supernatural world, with the other world, your guardians, your protectors, the beings around you, spirit world. Power is flowing through nature at the minute, very, very strongly. Work magic concerning your career, new job if you want it, promotions, changes to the way you work, education. If you're looking to study something, take on new courses, now's the time to do it. It is a fire festival, so work with it. Work with the flame, whether it is a fire pit, a chimney, a cauldron. Be safe with it, obviously, with flames in, or just a candle. Do some scrying, do some flame scrying, smoke scrying, to get some answers, to get some ideas, to get some inspiration for guidance. Perfect time to work it. Planting rituals, planting spells to set seeds for the future projects, workings of fertility in all kinds. It doesn't need to be the pitter-patter of tiny feet, human feet, dog feet, cat feet, llama feet, whatever you want to welcome into your life. But the fertility of new ventures, new projects, new plans, new ways of doing things, new ways of eating, living, whatever it is you want to make changes, now is a really good time to set that in motion. Abundance as well. Abundance rituals, abundance spells. not just for the material, but for spiritual and emotional things as well. It really is such a big whack of power coming on its way here already. It's that kind of jump on it and ride with it. Make it work for you. It is a really powerful type of energy. Karen used to make felt hats using, oh, nice, very nice. Nikki, veg prices here are going ballistic. Everything's going up at the moment, isn't it? So spring will be planning bigger veg gardens and opportunities to grow your own food. Prices are going up all around. Jenny, my gothlings at youth club had a gothic Easter bonnet competition. They spray painted little chicks. It certainly was an aesthetic. I love it. It is a brilliant idea. Well, I'll run with that. I think that's fantastic. I like the altar hat idea. That's good. Actually, while we're on this subject, the Kitchen Witch posse, most of the Kitchen Witch posse are going to be at my house on Sunday. Actually here physically, in person, because we're going to do some crafting. I think we should make altar hats. And if you are around this weekend, there is no escape from Kitchen Witch this weekend. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. in the Kitchen Witch Coven Facebook group and on the Kitchen Witch YouTube channel, we have a live Beltane ritual. Everyone welcome. If you want to join in with the spell, details of what you need are on the event in the Facebook group. And then on Sunday, we celebrate 10 years of the Kitchen Witch online School of Witchcraft having opened its doors. I can't believe it's been 10 years. We've come on such a long journey. It's been fantastic. I met so many amazing people on the way, and it's still going strong. And I am incredibly thankful for that, and all the students and everyone that helps run it. It's absolutely brilliant. But we are going to be celebrating 10 years on Sunday. So the girls will be here. Ness, Sue and Heather will be here with me in person. And Gypsy's going to join us via good old video. And we'll be live 11 a.m. on the Kitchen Witch Coven Facebook page and the Kitchen Witch YouTube channel for a Waffling Witches. Haven't done one of those for a long time. No particular subject, so ask us questions about anything, but I suspect we will also talk about how we got into witchcraft and how our journey began as well, because that seems appropriate. So do join us this weekend for either of those, because that's what it's all about. We opened it on the 1st of May because it has that fantastic new positive creative energy, and it seemed like the perfect time to open it. So thank you for everyone that's joined us along on our journey. Jane, trying to tidy up our front garden ready for some planting, and some tow rag planted 3 concrete building blocks over our front wall. How bizarre. A lovely neighbour very kindly moved them to skip me, but how on earth did they think anyone would get rid of all that concrete? There really are some idiots, aren't there? Aha! Tony, saw a Beltane ritual of yours making a maypole. Now it just so happens I have it here. I found this the other day when we were getting everything unpacked. Obviously, one of the symbols of Beltane is a maypole. It's a very, very old tradition, English tradition, and you'll find them bizarrely, you'll find them at church fetes and things. Young girls used to dance around the maypole, and still do in some cases, at church fetes and things and school fairs, which makes you laugh really, because it's all about fertility. But you can make your own maypole. So all I've got is a piece of cane, and I've got several pieces of ribbon, and I put a nail in the top to keep the ribbon fastened, and then I tied a piece of string around it, wrapped the string around it. So it's a nail in the top that keeps the ribbons there and string all around. What we do with this in a spell working, what we did in one of our rituals, is plait or twist the ribbons around the stick, around your maypole, You can plait it, you can twist it. It's entirely up to you. But as you do it, you set your intent. So as you are working with the ribbons, as you are plaiting or twisting, you set your intent. You visualize it, you can chant, entirely up to you, but do it as you work your way down the maypole. Just basically as if you were dancing the maypole, and you twist it round or you plait it round. There is a way of doing it if you've got a real maypole where the ribbons go over and under each other. You can do that with your small maypole as well. It doesn't even have to be this big. It can be, you know, lollipop sized. And you set your intention as you plait it, as you twist it, and then I tie it at the bottom. And it was tied actually from last year when I found it. So make your own maypole. It's very, very simple, and you can work your magic into it. I see a nap coming. 6 a.m. here for Beltane and late night for Waffling Witches. It would be lovely for you to join us live. If you don't make it, and we absolutely understand, they will both be recorded. Good morning, Eve. Angela, is your Kitchen Witch YouTube channel? No, it's not. It is open. I will pop the link in the comments, Angela. But it is on. The link will be on the event in the Facebook page, but I'll pop a link in the comments in a bit. Eva, my mum was a Morris dancer. I love Morris dancing. So I grew up taking Beltane off school and joining them dancing at dawn, then on to various Beltane celebrations all day long. It always rained. Yeah, it never cast a clout before May is out. Basically, don't take your clothes off before May is out because it could rain. But I love Morris dancing. Big part of English May Day celebrations. Absolutely. Christine's off to see the vampire. Have fun, Christine. You know what I mean. Be safe. Brilliant. Eva, Fionas Cauldron posted a video recently about making mini maypoles and showed how to weave them. Perfect. I highly recommend Fionas Cauldron. She's got an online shop. She does the most amazing things. Wonderful, wonderful witchcraft supplies. Do have a look. Tony bought a bag of ribbons for an entirely different reason. Meant to be, Tony, meant to be. Jill, are there any particular ribbon colours? Okay, so red and white tend to be more traditional colours. Red being the female, white being the male. And it is about the union of male and female energies again. But as you can see from mine, I've used all different colours. I think you can just trust your intuition and go with what colours you want to. But you could also work colour magic into it. So you could work, depending on what intent you're putting in, red for passion. I've got red and white here. Red for male and female, red for passion, white for peace. Pink, I always go with for friendship. Blue for healing, green for abundance, yellow for happiness. I've picked a mixture for mine, but trust your intuition. Use what you've got, or use something that you associate with your particular intent. It's entirely up to you. It does look a bit like a 60s door curtain, doesn't it? Yeah, the fly plastic strips, weren't they? Door curtains. Yeah, no. Maria, made one last year, bought a few things. The Works is very good for crafty bits, isn't it? Karen, we used to dance around the Maypole at the vicarage when I was at primary school and do Morris dancing, but then they wouldn't let me be left-handed, which was natural for me. They used to wrap your knuckles with a ruler if you used your left hand. Yeah, they did, didn't they? It was, you couldn't be left-handed, could you? We got a whole hat thing. A Maypole hat would be brilliant. Hannah uses pink. Yep, you've got to go with what works for you. Is that my YouTube channel? Yeah, no, the Kitchen Witch one. Sorry. If anyone's looked at my personal Facebook page today, there is a link to the Kitchen Witch YouTube channel on there. I popped it up this morning just because. But there's a lot more to May than just May Day. There's a lot more than just Beltane. It is, I think, the primary energy of it. But you've also got your moons. So there's different moons in May, different moon names. Traditionally, hare moon, merry or dyad moon, flower moon, frog's return moon. These are from all over the world. And one that I'm really struggling to pronounce, thrill milk monarth.
Brilliant.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Sprout kale moon, Winnie Manoth moon, planting moon, dragon moon, panther moon, milk moon, idle moon, goose moon, mother's moon, bright moon, and moon when the ponies shed. All different moon names from across the world, depending on what was happening in nature at this time of the year. Dyad moon. Dyad is an old word meaning pair. I suspect it reflects the balance of the sun and the moon, or it may be the union between man and the earth. Who knows? The Anglo-Saxons were the ones that called it Thrimil Moneth. I apologise for my pronunciation. It actually translates as thrice milk month because you got 3 yields of milk from the animals. Makes sense to me. Winnemanoth translates as joy month, and that was a Frankish name. So there's lots of brilliant moon names that all are associated with what was happening in nature during the month of May. I find that all fascinating too. Jane, we used to have a Maypole at school. It was a convent school. Yeah, I don't know. It just, every church fate had them. Do you think they didn't realise what the meaning was? I don't know. Eve made one years ago when I was working, used all the coloured ribbons you get inside clothes to hang them up. Co-workers saved them. Oh, those ribbon things are annoying, aren't they? I always cut them out. There we go. There's the link to the Kitchen Witch YouTube channel in the comments. Thank you. Jane, it will be a Hawthorne moon here. I think it works to use the names that are associated with the land that you live on, the country that you live in, or use your own. Use local moon names, depending on what's happening in nature around you. I think it works for me anyway. There are lots of particular herbs and plants that you can work with during May. All of them help with the particular energies of the month. I'll reel off a quick list of the ones that I use. African violet, ash, beech, camellia, cornflower, elder, frankincense, heliotrope, orchid, rowan, self-heal, sweet pea, and willow. Now, I pick all of those because they are associated with the energies of this month and the spell working that you might work with in this month. There's also particular foods that are associated with the month of May. And again, they line up with the energies of the month and the spell working that you might like to use. I use a lot of food ingredients in my spell working, or you can obviously eat them. You can make May cakes. Almond, banana, bay, butter, cinnamon, cucumber, grapes, honey, milk, mustard, parsley, star anise, and vanilla. Again, all with that kind of energy that you need for the month. The one that's caught my eye is vanilla, actually. Vanilla is brilliant for May. It covers love, spirituality, sex magic, passion, and creativity. I don't think you could get a more perfect ingredient for the month of May. You can add it to your cooking, or you can add drops of it or vanilla seeds to your spell working. It just gives that extra boost. Maria's going to be hellfire moon. Why not? Karen has been drying blossoms after your talk last week. Perfect. If you didn't see the talk last week, I talked about blossom because that's what's around at the moment and the magic of it. It is on my YouTube channel if you want to catch the replay. There are, of course, crystals that I specifically pick to work with May. Trust your intuition on all of these, but these are the ones I use. Amethyst, bloodstone, chrysocolla, citrine, fluorite, goldstone, garnet, kyanite, labradorite, lapis lazuli, moonstone, rose quartz, rhodochrosite, selenite, sunstone, and turquoise. Again, because they've all got that kind of magic that ties in with the energies of May. Sunstone in particular leaps out. It's sun magic, it's power, it's decisions, it's strength, it's happiness, it's inspiration, it's love, it's luck, it is perseverance, it's optimism, it's intuition, it's all of those abundance, prosperity, opportunity type things as well. So perfect one to work with. Jane, I've got a lovely recipe for Maypole, wine-based May drink with woodruff in it. I do know all about it. I've written about it in A Witch for Every Season. I did a lot of research on the May Day drink, which is basically a drink with flowers, isn't it? It's a lovely thing to do for May Day. And one of those old traditions that I think we need to keep going and not lose. So perfect. There are a lot of deities you can work with for May Day that are associated with May and the energies of May. I think it depends on what pantheon you work with particularly, or the energies that you work with. Always research deities before you start working with them. It's a bit like any relationship. You need to get to know them first before you work with them or ask them to do anything for you. Anu is one, Anuket, Demeter, Diana, Hestia. Who else we got? Isis, and Kuan Yin. I can never say that one. Luna, Ops, and Vesta. All of them, again, focused around the energies for working with for the month of May. If you are on our Ancient British Goddesses course, we're going to work with Rigantona in May, which is an interesting one to work with. But I think it is about tapping into the energies around where you are. It will be different for everyone, depending on where you are in the world and even in the country, because seasons move at different times depending on, different weather patterns, where you are in the world, etc., etc. Our little tiny garden down here on the south coast, it's got a bit of a microclimate. So we are quite often further on with plants than a lot of other places. So work with the energy that's around you. But it is such a brilliant, positive fire wham of energy that even just lighting a candle and asking for something, jump on that energy and make some use of it. Maria says Hestia is the one I associate with the most. Cool. She's a kick butt one. Nice. Karen, I like Flora. We worked with her in Ritual and our little goddess group this week. Very nice. Angela, can't see any comments after my thank you. YouTube's obviously doing something funny. So whatever you are doing, roll with this energy, jump on it and make use of it. It would be a shame to waste it. What I also forgot to mention was Sunday, when we do our Waffling Witches, Sunday is the last day to participate in the 10-year Kitchen Witch competition. We have a book stack for the winner. The draw will happen on Sunday. All you need to do is go to the Kitchen Witch website and sign up for our newsletter. We're going to be sending out a new regular newsletter just once a month. We're not going to fill your inbox with spam, but it will have specific content purely for those that sign up to the newsletter. So there will be spells and seasonal information, things to make, things to do, all written by the Kitchen Witch Posse, but only to those that sign up for the newsletter. So if you sign up for the newsletter, you will be thrown headlong into the competition to be drawn on Sunday to win a stack of books, basically. So thank you for everyone that has already signed up. Freya and Isis, nice choice. Again, it's about who you want to work with personally and who you're drawn to work with personally. Nikki's excited to get the newsletter. It's all ready to go. The girls have put an awful lot of work and effort into it. Hopefully you guys will find it useful and interesting. There's a link to the competition there. Thank you. There is such a brilliant energy at the moment. If you can, do just tap into even just a little bit of it and make it work for you, because that's really what we do, isn't it? In all sorts of, there's so many opportunities to work with it, to do something with it. So whatever you're doing this weekend, and we've got a long bank holiday weekend too. Thank you, Queenie. So hopefully the weather's nice. If you are around this weekend, do join us for the Beltane Ritual and for Waffling Witches on Sunday. It'll be lovely to see you all. Both will be recorded if you can't catch up with us. Other than that, have a lovely weekend, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Get out there and connect with that Beltane energy. Literally all you need to do is stand outside for a few minutes and connect with the energy, the land beneath your feet, for a bit of inspiration, bit of energy boost, bit of insight. Mother Nature's there to provide, and she will happily provide energy for us if we ask. So have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Do share your photos on the Kitchen Witch Coven page of your Hawthorne in blossom, your Jane. We'd love to see pictures of your Maypole. We definitely need to see Tony's hat. Any spring photos would be fantastic over on the Kitchen Witch group. So thank you everyone for joining me as always, and I will see you all again next week. Take care, everyone.